Hi, welcome to my channel. How are you doing? From whichever part of the world you're watching this video from, I'm so happy you're here. My name is Dr. Luba and I make videos like this based on health. I also give medical advice and sometimes I create a public awareness on some of the diseases that people should be careful about. In this particular video, I'm going to tell you about 3 basic ways or 3 things you can do to help your wound heal faster. So if you're in this video, I'm very sure probably you have a wound that you want it to heal faster, or you want to know this so that whenever you have a wound you can actually make it heal faster. So of course, videos like this takes time and research for me to do. So if you are new to this channel, you can support me by subscribing. Also turn on the notification bell so that any single time I release a video like this, you might probably be the first person to watch it. So let's not even waste too much of our time. Let's get right into the video. So whenever someone has a wound, normally the body tries to make sure that it restores back that discontinuity. Let's say you have a cut on your finger, for instance, or maybe your hand. Remember that there is a breach in your skin. There is a kind of a detachment. Your skin was continuous. It was very straight. There was no discontinuity. But whenever you have a cut, remember there is something separating two skin folds. So now the body tries to recover it or kind of restore it to cover it back so that too much blood will not be lost, too much microorganisms will not come into your body to kind of make it even more worse. So the body is very well programmed by God in such a situation that it will try to make sure either eliminate or try to remove that thing that is causing that wound, or heals up that wound so that it will not expose the inner body to the outside body. So whenever you have a wound, naturally it's going to heal. Naturally your body tries to heal. So whenever you have a cut, all those pain, the swelling, the fluids coming out, it's just your body trying to heal. There's nothing wrong with that. So naturally that's how it was created. But some people, because they have some certain, maybe a low immunity, or maybe their body system is not as strong when it comes to healing process as naturally it should have been, it takes longer for their body to heal. So most times, let's say people who have HIV and AIDS, for instance, people who have maybe an organ transplant, they are immunosuppressed. It means their immune system has been suppressed so that their immune system will not attack that organ. So in a situation like that, it will take a longer period for them to heal. People undergoing dialysis too, because of their uremia, sorry for the word, but because of too much of uric acid in their system, it makes it difficult for them to heal. But that's not what we are talking about here. So what are those things, some of those foods or some of those habits you can actually do to help you, when it comes to your body healing faster? So there are 2 major things that you need to consider when it comes to wound healing. The first thing is proteins, and the second one is vitamins. So vitamins are very essential when it comes to your immune system. Proteins are also very essential when it comes to cell renewal and cell growth. So remember, when the skin has been cut, there are some cells that have been damaged. For new cells to come in, they have to be produced. So most of those cells, they undergo processes that require proteins for them to be produced, so that that cell or that discontinuity will be restored back to its normal state. And then vitamins, on the other hand, tries to trigger the immune system or try to help the immune system to robust or kind of help when it comes to inflammation or tissue repair or blood coagulation and the rest. So you need these 2 basic things. So the 3 things that you can do to make sure your wound heals faster. Now I'm talking about the things you can eat. First and foremost, you need to eat a lot of fruit. That's the first thing. If you have a wound, eat a lot of fruit. Fruit contains vitamins, and vitamins are very essential. Let's say, for instance, vitamin K. Vitamin K is very essential when it comes to coagulation. And whenever you have a skin cut, blood flows out. So you need coagulation. You need the blood to coagulate, to reduce flowing out. That's just what it means. And vitamin K is very essential for that point. So you can eat fruit that contains vitamin K. It's very essential. A lot of fruit that contains vitamin K. Vegetables, which is the second thing. So whenever you have wound, or you yourself, even if you don't have a wound, for instance, you can try as much as possible to eat a lot of vegetables. It will help you prepare your body just in case you have a wound. Now, remember, there are some wounds that might not actually heal. It will not be easy for them to heal naturally. Depends on how deep the wound is. So it's not every wound that you expect your body to heal it or kind of repair it, or it's not every wound that you expect your body to have it and then just heal and then the whole thing goes away. There are some wounds that will need surgical intervention that needs to be sealed back. So if you have that kind of wound, this video is not actually for you. I'm not saying you should do the same. Maybe you can actually take these things I'm telling you after the surgical intervention. So let's say if you have a deep wound and the wound has been surgically repaired, then you can take some of this food to help with the healing process. But I'm not saying when you have a deep wound that you should now start taking some of these fruits and vegetables because it's not to help you heal faster. Talking about small cuts, those tiny wounds and some of the normal wounds you can incur while working at home, maybe playing football or some of these things, some of these little minor things that you get some of this from. So the third thing you can do, this one now is actually very important, is keep that place as clean as possible. So a lot of people, when they have a wound, what they want to do is either they will cover it or not look after it well. So one thing is there are microorganisms, there's bacteria all over. So whenever you allow your wound to be exposed to some of these bacteria, they go into that wound and they even make the whole thing worse. So if you have a wound and you allow it to expose for too long, or kind of allow it to be dirty for too long, what happens is bacteria can actually invade. And then there are some people too, when they have a wound, what they do is, if it is a deep wound, they try to cover it without actually applying anything to it. That's a very bad habit, because when you cover the wound without actually applying anything to it, what happens is the sweating and those particular area or the tissues will be deprived of oxygen, and because of that, carbon dioxide will pile up, and when it piles up, it even make the whole place swell up and even more painful and more. So instead of you covering the wound, there must be something you apply to it, maybe spirit, or maybe something that will just help with the healing process, like a medicine, or that comes with the surgical intervention, or maybe you have to go for them to suture the wound up, right? But at the same time, even if the wound is tiny, don't be that person that covers it entirely. Just make sure that place is clean, but don't cover it entirely. You can actually do that if something has been applied to it, but if not, covering it will even make the wound more worse, depending on the type of wound. I'm not saying every wound have to be the same way, and like I said before, it's not every wound that you expect it to go just by you taking the natural things I've said in the previously. There are some particular wounds, depending on how deep they are, they need a surgical intervention. So these are basically the three things you can make sure you do at home that will help your wound heal faster. If there's anything else that I don't know that will make your wound heal faster, please leave that in the comment section so that I'll see it. If there's any topic, or if there's any question you want to ask me, if there's anything you want me to talk about and you want to send me that question directly, I always leave my email in the description, or you can put that in the comment section. I'll be so happy to talk about it. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said before, you can support me by subscribing to the channel, because that will motivate me to make more videos like this for your consumption. So see you in another video.